Hi, everybody. This is Clint from Freedom Coach Pro. Thank you so much for joining me today. And today I wanted to talk about one of the items that's a little bit opposite of maybe some of the other videos that are out there in terms of, hey, do A, B, C, and D, and this is your path to success. Well, one of the things that I wished would have been available to me is just the opposite of that. And so that's why I entitled this video, The 7 Deadly Sins of Internet Marketing, wannabes. And so whether you're a beginner or kind of in the middle of the road here, you may have already experienced some of these things. Maybe you're continuing to hop from thing to thing and just really struggle narrowing your focus. I want to challenge you to take heart on these 7 different things and really, some of them are, hey, avoid them, but some of them are actual actionable tips that will help you should you choose to really focus in and do those things. All right, so number 1, the shiny object syndrome. If you've not heard of this before, it is definitely something that I struggled with, that I know many of my mentors struggle with. I don't know that there's really somebody that has been successful in their entrepreneurship journey and not struggled with this very thing. What is it? It's jumping from thing to thing to thing. And I want to encourage you to not jump in from thing to thing to thing, but just pick one thing. Stick with one thing and get good at it. Master it. So maybe it's Facebook ads. Maybe it's that one thing that you just want to master that. And then you can help other businesses. You could create your own agency. Maybe it's affiliate marketing. And maybe the Facebook ads and the affiliate marketing are kind of a married thing, right? You need one to do the other kind of a thing sometimes. But I just want to encourage you to pick that one thing, because many times people just feel frozen or unequipped, so they keep consuming content and they never really focus on that one thing that actually ends up bringing them revenue, okay? All right, the second thing, guys, is this make money online niche. So much of the marketing out there is designed as clickbait, right? It's designed to get you to be like, oh, I need that, I have that. And sometimes untrustworthy guys, gals that lack integrity, in my opinion, kind of pitch this idea that we can be an instant millionaire overnight. And while that probably exists in some capacity in our lifetime, the majority of the time this is a lie. It's not true. This really only happens in like movies like Aladdin, when when the genie can snap his fingers and things happen, right? But the problem in this industry is that it's marketed to us that specific way that we're going to be instant millionaires overnight. But however, I want you to learn the skills that will get you there. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Take your time. Again, kind of go back to that number 1 thing, right? Instead of the shiny object going from thing to thing to thing, thinking that the more things we consume and the more knowledge we try to grasp sometimes will help us achieve success, and that's just not always true. So, all right, and the instant results thing is not necessarily a reality in the beginning. That 30, 60, 90, 120 days sometimes to just really get the momentum going. It takes time. Be patient and enjoy this process. As frustrating as that sounds, enjoy this process. And when you start, the first or second time you do it, you're going to suck. You're going to suck, and it's okay. It's okay. Be okay with that. And one of the things that I just thought about is perfectionism. It's not on the 7 deadly sins of internet marketing, but it certainly could be. The idea that I'm making this video. I've stuttered a lot. I'm not always the most fluent speaker, but hopefully I communicate effectively, and that's my goal, right? Well, I could edit this piece that I'm doing right now for hours and it still not be perfect, right? Or I could say, you know what? This is me. This is who I am. I did it. I, hopefully you can just hear my heart, and that I want to help people, right? Help my customers, help entrepreneurs better themselves. And so I'm just going to be okay. And I'm not going to fall in that perfectionism trap, because what happens is you never end up releasing anything at all, because you're just like, well, I'll just try it again tomorrow. And then something else comes up, or, more technical problems, and you're like, shoot, well, I'll just try it again tomorrow. And pretty soon a week, 2 weeks has gone by, and you still have yet to actually accomplish the one thing that could actually help create traffic and bring in new customers and leads for you. So continuing on, we're on that instant millionaire overnight. Know that the fruits of your labor is coming. That's one of my notes that I have down on here. And it's so true. The things you do today, you're building that momentum. You're building it. Take a video, for example. You go and you put a video on YouTube, and maybe it only gets a couple views. But then you put another one, and YouTube starts to see that, hey, this guy is kind of more active, and then you have 100 videos, right? And now all of a sudden you weren't the expert at the beginning, but you are now after 100 videos. So just be consistent on that. And this whole process takes time, and I would encourage you that the overnight success thing doesn't necessarily exist, but if you connect with other entrepreneurs, that's another thing that's definitely going to help you. And once you get that skill set right, once you get it down, no one can take it away from you. No one can take the information, the things that you're learning, the connections, your network. No one can take that away from you. And that's exciting. So I think Russell Brunson said one time, if you're a miner, right, you're digging through that pot of, or for that pot of gold, in this big old mountain, and you're digging and you're digging and you're digging, and you stop and you turn around just before one more swing of that axe could have broke open, and you could have seen the beautiful gold vein in this mountain, right? So just keep pressing. Don't stop, guys. All right, number three. You don't have to have a huge business. This is one of the biggest things. I think some people think that they need employees. You have to have all of this stuff. You have to have, I don't know, fill in the blank. The point is, you don't have to have it all, and you can start really simple. It is going to cost you money. So if you are one of those people, those entrepreneurs that are thinking you're gonna do this and you're gonna do it for almost nothing, you need to change your mindset. And I'll get to that here in just a second. But you can use freelancers, you can use virtual assistants. You'll have everything you need with those people, but you don't need that at the beginning. You don't have to have these huge corporations built or anything. You should. Now, I'm not a lawyer, and I can't give you exact advice, but I would encourage you to have an LLC, your limited liability company. Set that up under your name, and that will give you some protection apart from your home, your family, the things that people could take from you. You could do this business completely separate. And maybe I'll do a different video just talking about that process a little bit, because a lot of people have questions on that. All right, number 4, you don't need to be an expert. I think I talked to you a little bit about this already, but you don't need to be an expert. You don't. It's bull crap. Build the skills as you go. Build the skill as the problems arise. And waiting until you're an expert is a complete lie. College kind of does that to us, guys. If you're a specific foot surgeon, then you're going to go to school for that exact thing, and you're going to become an expert at that, because we want you to be an expert at that. I don't want you to mess up my foot. But we aren't talking about exact surgery here. And I tell you what, there is no one path that's really the same for all entrepreneurs. We all are individuals. We all learn differently. We all grow differently. So be okay with your path. Be okay that it's your journey. It's going to be your story, guys. You don't have to be the expert right now. Be okay with that. Be okay with that. All right, number 5, the zero risk taking. A lot of the people, Robert Kiyosaki, if you've not read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I highly encourage you to go get that book, listen to the audio. If you're one of those people, it's a fantastic read. It will more than likely change your life, change your mindset if you've not read that. But in that, he kind of brings in this idea of an employee mindset. And that's where we just go to work and we expect everything to be given to us, or we have a certain amount of tasks. Okay, I'm going to sit down and type this email because this is what I'm supposed to do. And you think really in the box, but as an entrepreneur, as a business mindset, it's completely different. And so you're going to have to really dig into that. It's going to take risk, but it's calculated risk. And there's a big, big difference. So yes, being an entrepreneur is risky. Yes, owning a business is risky. But so is skiing downhill. So is getting in your car. So is investing in the stock market. It's all risky. We aren't taught growing up to think this way, but it's true. Stop having that employee mindset and change that into, I need to invest in myself, and I need to invest in my business, and I need to calculate that out so that it really is something that's going to take me from point A to point B and further. So if you work, this is one of the lies here, sorry. If you work the hours, then the money will fall. And that comes with that employee mindset. I've worked hundreds of hours for free for myself. It takes hundreds of hours for most people to get the knowledge, get the skills, develop that along your journey. As the problems arise, you get better, and then you share that with other people. That's kind of a side note, but share that with other people. But the more hours you work doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get paid more. So use your time effectively, efficiently, but strategically. That's really important. And again, tons of books out there that will help guide that one thought. But when I started, I paid millionaire experts to teach me exactly what they know. Russell Brunson is a great example. I've bought tons of his stuff specifically because I invested in myself, and there is no greater investment than investing in yourself, because no one can take it away from you. All right, number 6, the 7 deadly sins of internet marketing is trying to be a solopreneur, to thinking that you can do it all yourself all the time. And, Damon John, he's one of the Shark Tank gurus. If you're familiar with David John at all, he's a highly influential billionaire businessman, and his brand FUBU, has sold billions of dollars, and I think the guy owns like 120 different companies. It's phenomenal. His story is phenomenal. But his number one thing to success is having a mentor. And you really have to take that to heart. Now, picture this. A mentor doesn't necessarily have to be someone that is your best friend or someone that you necessarily connect with in person. A mentor can be any online entrepreneur that you perhaps has influenced you really positively. Russell is definitely one of my mentors. Grant Cardone is another one. I have tons. I just can't think of them right now. Robert Kiyosaki and Onyx Singal. So get a mentor. Get a mentor. A good coach can help you and guide you on the things to look out for. Do this, don't do that. and really helps, just funnel you. So a coach is a little bit different than a mentor, but having a coach, I do some coaching. I try to help people as much as I can, in terms of, hey, stay away from this, just focus on this. And that's really what a good coach does, just seeing your strengths and weaknesses and knowing how to kind of funnel that a little bit is a sign of a good coach. And so encourage you to just have that mentor. The last one, the 7 deadly sin, is a poor mindset. What does that mean? If you're like me, I love my mom and dad. I love my hometown. I love my upbringing. I love my childhood. And I wouldn't do anything to change any of that. And I'm not discrediting their hard work or their anything. But so many of the people I grew up around had a very poor mindset, as in, I'm not worthy. I don't deserve this. Well, that's kind of risky. I don't know if I should do that. You have all of these negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that you, right now, I'm telling you, this is the most important out of all 7 of these. This is the most important. You have to deal with this stuff right now. This is 80%. 80% is mind, 20% is tactics. Tactics and technical is about 20% of what we actually do. The 20% takes a lot of time, but it's all up here. If I stop believing in myself, if I let negativity bring me down, then the 20% technical will never happen. It'll never get done. It'll take me even longer because I never believed that I could do it in the first place. I want to encourage you. You can do it. The whole idea of a mentor, the whole idea of creating a network of entrepreneurs is what will help fuel you along this journey. You can do this, you guys. You absolutely can do this. I want you to say instead these things. Write them down, and these are only a few, but I'd love for you to right now take a whole page and write down the things. Reverse that negativity. Here's some examples. So instead of I'm not good enough, say I am good enough. Instead of I'm not an expert, say I'm learning as problems come up, and eventually I will be an expert. Say I am unique and my tribe is out there. They need my message, they need my help, and I am humbled that I get to help them. That's pretty cool. I deserve to be financially free. That's something that I think all too often we discredit ourselves for right there, is with the dollar. We've a lot of times worked at McDonald's or Taco Bell or Taco John's for minimum wage jobs, and we worked up, and then we went to college, and then we got paid better. If you're like me, I've been in the military for 18 years, and I'm on a salary, and you only think you hit that ceiling, and you're like, well, that's what I'm worth. But that's the thing with being an entrepreneur, is there is no ceiling. You do deserve to be financially free. You do deserve these things in your life, and I want to encourage you to do that. So say instead, I deserve to be financially free and will help others as others have helped me. Guys, these are the 7 deadly sins of internet marketing, and I hope this was helpful to you. And so should we recap? Let's recap one more time. Just the 7, I want to go in order here. So number 1, the shiny object syndrome. Avoid that. Number 2, the instant millionaire overnight for make money online. It's a lie. Number 3, you don't have to be a huge business to get started. Number 4, that you need to be an expert somehow. And number 5, zero risk taking, that limited, just thinking, hey, everything's going to be free and I don't really have to do anything. It's just going to fall on my lap. 6, get a mentor. get a mentor. And number 7, your mindset. So thank you so much, guys. This is Clint again. Have a great, great day. We'll see you again.